Okay, we moved these ones to the bigger brooder, so I'm just going to have to clean both of these out, one half side at a time, because I have more Rhode Island Reds being hatched in a couple days that are going to join these ones, that are sold already, so... And then the gosling and the misfit chicks are in this little bit bigger one, and then I got that one prepped just in case I need it. And like I said, I usually don't have it this way. The neighbor will be back Tuesday, I think, so sometime this week he'll get his gosling, and the other chicks I'm going to try and acclimate in with some of the ones that's going to hatch soon. So yeah, where's your friends? I see you under there. I see you. I had to put 2 of these plates in there because that gosling's so much bigger. The little chicks were standing up underneath there, so I had to put a lower one in there for the baby chicks, and then I raised that one for the gosling. I mean, it's in the bedroom. It's warm in here, so. And I gave them a little wet feed. But they're doing good. Got them all cleaned up. Check the poopy butts. Everybody doing good here. And that's the biggest plate I've got, because there's more, like I said, it's going to join them. So I've got them for about probably another week, till around the 7th or 8th, something like that. Okay, everybody happy? Y'all done made a mess already. Look at that. Okay, I got more outside cleaning on birds to do, so y'all behave. My Jersey Giants. I know, baby. That's just Frank. Ignore him. I just cut him up some weeds and grass and clover, and they already had their wet feed for breakfast. And again, they always have dry food here. Yeah, you're growing so fast. No wonder they call you giants. I know. I gotta get that other brooder box over here in the grass for you. Yeah, it's hot enough outside. We just need to get you out on some grass. Doesn't look like for long, then you'll be heading into the chicken coop kennel. Yeah, you'll be graduating pretty soon. Okay, let me go make my rounds again. And I do have the fans going just to keep the air circulated in here, because this is, all insulated, so it gets a little warm. And even though I've got the door open, not much breeze comes this way. No. I know. So, because, we got the shop, we got the fence, we got everything else blocking that breeze, so I gotta keep these fans. And these fans are coming this way, not at them. So it's just to circulate some air in here. Because it can get warm. Let me see if I can go take care of the ducks and other chickens and get that brooder box over here. Everybody's under the shade tree. I know it's hot, ain't it? Why aren't you in the pool? I just got done mowing the yard, and then what I do to mow underneath the fencing, I just use the push mower in here. It's not worth having to lock the chickens up in the run and all that mess and get the ducks in the kennel and take the fence down. So I just use the push mower in here. I use the riding mower out there, and then when I'm done, because I got one of them electric mowers, which is perfect for the little stuff that I need it for. And then I'll just take this fencing, like 2 or 3 of these at a time, and pull them in or push them out or whatever. and just mow that part, put them back, go on, and I do all the way around till I get all the stuff mowed down underneath the fencing. So I pushed it this way a little bit more, as you can tell. So the fencing was like right a little bit behind that pink bowl there. So next time I mow, I'll be pulling it up and pushing up that way. It just makes it easier. Gives you a little bit more soft grass. Nice and cool under that tree, huh? Did you like your peas? Oh, I think next time I got to turn the hose on, I had to keep chasing the chickens off because they wanted to come over, because if they come towards the ducks, then the ducks will go the other way. But you got to eat them all, though, didn't you? Yeah, I watched over you. I made sure the chickens won't go get your treat. And then I got duck treat thrown in the pool. So there's still some at the bottom of it, soaking. Because it's like really hard in a bag, so I just throw it in the pool. Sooner or later, they eat most of it. Got some of it still floating on top. So, and they're still sleeping in the pool at night, which is fine with me, because you know what? I haven't had to clean that out in a couple days. And I haven't even had to poop or scoop. I don't see nothing in there. I just have to go in and hose off where they spill feed and the chickens eat their feed and stuff. I mean, that bowl's even still clean. They don't even get in it no more. I'm going to take that out of there. Well, I think I'm going to leave it in there, because what they do when that gets a little low, when they're eating there, they drink into that one. So the reason it's that color is because of the feed. So it just gives them extra water to drink with their food. And I haven't brought my blocks down yet, or my gravel. Once I got all this stuff done, had to take care of the Chicksville shed. I got the Jersey Giant chicks in there taken care of. I got everybody feeding water out here. Got the pools changed. Got the fence moved and mowed, and I'm gonna take me a break before I think about maybe hauling a couple of bricks at a time down here. I still got a pooper scoop. I haven't done that yet. So I'm gonna pick up my can and my stuff. And everybody, I guess, mostly under the shade. Some of them, a couple of them's in the run. And I have more eggs hatching. Well, they're not hatching yet. So, and like I said, I know it gives you your number of day on there, but I don't like that. I gotta have the date, and I put the date and time that I started them, because 24 hours later, you start your second day, so on and so forth. So, and then I go back up, and then I write, you know, the 1 through 21, and I mark my candle and lockdown and all that stuff on there. So these are due on the 19th. Well, to start. These, whoops. These are due on the 22nd to start hatching. These are due on the 8th. Those are due on the 8th. I didn't write the extra day down. Nothing in that one. And these have until the 17th. I'm sorry, the 16th. So, I would not recommend this one. I think I'm going to give this to my neighbor. Now, when you buy these that have styrofoam here, you're not supposed to take the styrofoam off, so you cannot see the eggs. And then if you lift it up and it gets down, it beeps really loud, and it does not stop beeping until it gets back to wherever you want it. And then this real long wire here, I hate this thing, because I did try to do goose eggs, but you see, they can get wrapped up in that. I mean, that just hangs, look how long that is. And so I usually have it, so I had it pulled out over the side. Watch it start beeping on me. And then, you know, I'm pretty good rate on hatching goose eggs. Well, last time I put them in here, I used this one, because you could move these spindles, take some out, make wider, smaller, whatever. And I only had one gosling that hatched. I don't know that my wheels were turning, so now I got them marked, and I'm just leaving this on to see if it's turning. Because I had the turn light on, it just wasn't staying on, so I don't know if it comes on But anyways, and it's got that little plastic thing up there. I mean, you know, and it's got, where's this at? It's got this little tiny bottle. It's got these little itty bitty tiny holes there. You put that in, put some water in it. But I just didn't like the styrofoam. I got to be able to see stuff, make sure everything's working. So I think the spindles weren't working the last time. So I don't know if that was my fault or an error on this. So I'm just going to leave this running. But I would not recommend this one. I don't like this one. Matter of fact, I think I'm giving this one to my neighbor. I'm just going to give it to him. And I'm going to stick with these. These are my two favorites. Each has their little thing, you know. For me, this one is just kind of small. But it's easy. Basically easy to use. This one takes just a little bit more hands-on, depending on how you're going to do your eggs. You know, if you're going to put water in here, going to, you know, dry hatch them, whatever. And you have to watch, because these little plastic pieces, when you got to remember to, you know, put them in something or whatever, because you can lose that stuff real easy, the little plastic things. Because this is where you put your water in it with a turkey baster thing and some water. And when the eggs start to hatch, you take one off. So when they're almost all hatched, then you take the other one off for the, you know, for the couple of days that you're going to wait till they all hatch. So that's the only thing. And then if you can't get the moisture down fast enough, because sometimes it'll just jack up there, you know. Well, mostly, especially when the eggs start to hatch, because the moisture inside the egg is going to, you know, make the moisture rise also. So I've learned, like, right before hatching, unless I absolutely need to put just a little bit at a time in, I just kind of leave it go if it's that close for them to start hatching, because the moisture will automatically start rising when they start hatching. And if it gets too high, and usually what I do is I just leave that off of there, and then I have a little fan there that I blow this way. I just put it on low and let it blow, and it'll help bring the moisture down, because you can't, like, suck the water out of it, and that always works. And then I just keep an eye on everything. So, but I like these also because of the egg turner in them. There's more eggs. I think it's 41 or 42 in this one. I don't have them all full, so that's the eggs I had left. I didn't want to wait another day to get this started, because by the time I collect enough eggs to do another batch, then one of these will be done and cleaned out. But my preference, that's my number one, and that's my number two. And again, it's styrofoam inside, so it's not as easy to clean. It's not going to look brand spanking new. Like these, you can clean these out, you know, with a brush. So it's not too bad. But the styrofoam is a little harder to clean. And then I usually let them sit out in the sun. I clean them with, you know, vinegar, water, and hose them down and all that stuff. And then I just leave the bottom sit out in the sun to help with kill any germs off or anything like that. So I got this going. I gotta get my other mess cleaned up and wait for the rest of the chicks to hatch. And all the Rhode Island Reds, which is this one, that one, that one, and that one, they're all sold before they even hatch. So these are the only ones I do not have a buyer for that like these reds, because these are the Rhode Island Reds. I think there's some Rhode Island Reds in them ones also, but they're so close to the Buff Orpington's color, and the Buff Orpington, you know, I only have the one rooster, which is a Rhode Island Red, so the Buff Orpingtons, and I have some Moran eggs in there. So I'm pulling out the Morans and maybe try to raise those separately if they're not too far apart in age. A couple times I just threw them in the guy's batch that buys my reds and let them have it. So I'm going to get my other stuff done and then make my rounds back on these in about an hour or so, just to peek in on them.